fun, though. We'll just see how it goes. It only takes so much, but then I can put it into my camera. But so this is a mini Access course. So that's my intention, to share it with you, because this is a tremendous joy in my life that I have this connection with you, and I always have. And now you're confirming that by choosing to learn this and grow with it, because the joy is just phenomenal. And we can play.
Yes,
we need
right.
more people to play with, because the people out there really don't want the joy.
You always wanted to play. You always wanted to play with me. That's right.
And Joanne felt like left out. But the problem was we had that connection to see the joy. And we did. We followed our paths. You followed the music, and I followed the more visual arts. I did want to do the dancing, as we all know. I wanted to be
But that's your
a dancer.
Spirit. But your spirit was so alive, you
see.
see.
Dance. I just love to dance. And I'm still dancing, but I was dancing on paper, so I went to the art room, and now I'm like dancing with people, and I want more people to dance with, because that's the fun and the joy of life, to know who we really are. So Access gives us the tools to actually get there, which is really cool. So Access is a set of tools and processes that are designed to facilitate more consciousness for everyone. Consciousness includes everything without judgment. It's the willingness and capacity to be totally aware, totally present in all areas of your life. Consciousness is the ability to continually awaken to more possibility, more choices, and more life. The invitation of Access is to help you acknowledge you as an infinite being you truly are, and to step into generating a life beyond the you think you are. As an infinite being, you function from infinite perceiving, knowing, being, and receiving. As an infinite being, all things are possible all the time, and you have total choice. As a finite being, the tendency is to function from thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Access consciousness is about unlocking you from the polarity, imprisonment, conditioning, and limitation of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. When we are functioning from finiteness, we choose to have little choice and limited possibilities.
I understand that, but what I'm curious about something, when it says here, as a finite being, the tendency is to function from thoughts, we know cognitive, feelings and emotions that come through the thoughts, that we're told we're supposed to feel.
That's right.
Not how we really feel.
Exactly.
So those are those are the feelings you're talking about, the cognitive feelings that when
not
you
the sensing of the energy, but the cognitive feelings, the conditioning.
Because I definitely can sense my energy, and know what makes that energy happy.
Yeah, but we confuse the sensing with feeling. We think we call it feeling, but it's really sensing.
Sensing.
So he's defining it clearly, because we think we're supposed to have feelings, and that's how we get caught up in this compassion and empathy and all this stuff that is just conditioning. Because everybody has a choice out there. So he's separating it with saying, it's not the feelings, thoughts, and emotions. That's what gives us the drama that we chose to separate ourselves. But as an infinite being, we're sensing now in the physical that it's not.
So even I don't understand that the way I need to understand it, because when I say, how do I feel, I can at least recognize that something's going on in here that I have to listen to.
Exactly.
But are they from here, or are they from my being?
Okay, well, there's two things here, because your body is an entity in itself, and the body does have the sense and feelings, and that's why we've created pain, we've created joy and sensations, and if we didn't have a body, we wouldn't be able to do that, and that's part of our reason for being here, and to experience all those things for our infinite being. So the body has a consciousness that has more of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions. But our infinite being is all sensing the energy. And the body stuff, like we do want to know what our body wants, because our body wants the best for us through the subconscious, because it knows more through the subconscious what's better for our sensing, our joy, than our mind, which is the conscious.
You say that
ego.
well.
It is the ego. It's the ego.
Right.
Not the ego. The ego, which is, we think we're the ego. And that's with I do this and I do that, which...
And I'm right.
Yeah, exactly. And that's ego talking.
That's wrong.
That's not the infinite being talking, because there is no right, wrong, good, or bad in infinite. You could be anything, you could do anything, you could have anything, and there's no judgment on it, because consciousness is everything without judgment. So,
all right, which you say right in the beginning.
Exactly.
It includes everything without judgment. This is deep. Okay, I'm
It's
sorry,
very
keep
deep,
going.
and it takes years. I mean, I've only been doing this, what, a year and a half now. I mean, that's all I've been doing, and I have, like, expanded so much that's like I can't even keep up with
Of
myself.
your understanding.
Yeah,
Like
and
you
it just
understand
gets
it.
deeper, and then and that's why when I was in the 2-3 level, which I've done foundation level 1, they're the first steps after the bars, because then it kind of sets, and this is the basic foundation, so that's why they put it in the bars class. The bars could be separate; they're just great for dissipating a lot of the emotions, the feelings, the thoughts from other people of the generations that are stuck in us in the cellular memory that we've carried throughout all our lifetimes. And now we're here wondering, why this is happening to us. Well, it's part of what we brought in.
Like I'm perceiving that this is beyond religion.
Yes. This includes everything. It's so beyond.
Yeah. It's
how
way beyond.
It's how we designed religion to make sense to us in this conscious
and
mind.
Yeah.
We had to create it so that we could understand it, because we were like all of a sudden in this little body that we are infinite and we couldn't figure it out, and that was the only way to play the game. Because when you think of the game as being where the one energy source, the universal thought, God, whatever you want to call it, that you respect as your infinite higher self, had to, if they wanted to sense and be a being and do something creative, you'd have to separate yourself from everyone. So it all separated, and we're all those beings. It's like the energy separated. So I look at it as a sun with the rays. So we're all the rays that separated out from the one source. So we are all one, but we're individualized in our personas. And we've had lifetimes of different personas. They call it personas. So I'm different and unique, but I'm still connected, but separated enough to respect and understand that you have your uniqueness, that I have mine, and I have my path, and you have yours. And to allow that separateness so that we can experience for the one that's totally energy. Energy can't walk around and play
without a body.
Without a body. So we created the body. And then we said, okay, well, now we have to create some separation. But we've really separated so much that we forgot where we came from, that we are part of that whole. Now, religions, we created religion so we would remember it. But what we did with religion, we also created, this is more fun to create this side here, and I'll give this information. Even The Secret doesn't give all the information. Leaves out half the information. Even Napoleon Hill's Thinking We'll Grow Rich. He didn't say it all. Now, at your command, that guy said it all, Hanel. Now I've listened to Waddle's The Science of Getting Rich, and that's the real secret, who we really are and how our thoughts create everything. And our thoughts from our higher self create everything, and collectively we've created exactly what we've seen around us. And we individually created our unique situation, our reality around us.
Right.
Like you're in this house, and I'm in that house, and I got married, and now I'm divorced, and I created all that. I'm not a victim to anything. I created it all to play the game, and I created it unconsciously, because consciously I wasn't even aware that I had that power.
Of course.
But I created it, so wow, now what can I choose? By recreating, uncreating, and destroying that, and recreating something that I truly want now that I know what I am able to do and what I'm really here to do. I'm not here to suffer anymore. I'm not here for the pain and suffering. I'm not here for the karmic debts. Done that, been there. I have some magnetic imprints in my being, in my body, because it's carried through the cellular memory, and I'm working on dissolving that away to be free, so I can have my own thoughts and not have 98% of everybody else's thoughts in my brain.
Right.
So that's the creative energy. So I finally realized through figuring out, hey, what kind of a joke did you play on me? Well, nobody played a joke on me. I was part of the creating this whole arena, so I can't blame it. I can just say, okay, chose that, now what can I choose? And change what I wanted to choose. And as soon as I get that, and I have been getting it, I have been seeing miracles pop up in my life. They've just been incredible. And it's not about money. It's not about, you don't need something to have something else. It's just about beingness. And then you open up the possibilities, and the opportunities are there, and then you say, okay, that possibility, I'll take over that one. Because there's so many choices. Because we're thinking, no, there's only this one choice. I have to go to work. I have to do this. No, you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to die. But you do what you choose to do, and that's why you're in the situation you're in. You're enjoying saying that, or you wouldn't be saying that. It's just, in this whole world, it's like, whoa, what am I doing? And there's no blame. But once you get how powerful you are, oh my gosh, we're creating a new reality.
I am starting to observe. I'm starting to observe. And that's when I said, when I went off Zoloft, I'm seeing more clearly. And then I was seeing even more clearly when I am not having a glass of wine every other minute.
Exactly.
And
anything that destroys that clarity of consciousness is something that you're choosing not to do now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a little thought in my mind said, you know, well, can I give it up? Can I be? I mean, my mother was an alcoholic. My father was an alcoholic. You know,
who does that belong to?
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
Everybody says it runs in your family. Oh, you must be an alcoholic too. No.
Yeah.
I could accept that if I want to, but I don't choose to. That's not my fault.
So that was a choice that I made. I know it was a very conscious choice.
That is really
and
a choice.
I said, this
Clear.
is good for me. This is good for me. And then when I look at the other people, I see them more clearly. I see how they're blocked up.
Exactly.
Just because those things were keeping me blocked. Now, I'm not saying that's...
Right. That keeps your psychic ability, your intuitiveness, which is your psychic
Right.
power that everyone has, but everybody's not clear enough to use it.
No.
Everybody's got it.
And when I say that I was partly unconscious, I was very aware that the world was full of people I called the walking dead from the time I was a teenager. And yet I was included in that, but I was not thinking of myself as being that.
Because you were projecting out.
I was saying...
You really were telling yourself you were the walking dead.
But they had like no response to life. I mean, at least I had a little response. I was, alive enough to feel some response to others. But I see people just walking around like this, in their little sad cubicles and thinking they don't feel a thing. Yeah. And the arts make you feel. And so that's why I wanted to be in that. Yeah, I wanted to be. So I understand all that. So I don't mean to get off of this. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.